Okay, here at the Adidas 3SSB Earn Your Stripes Invitational. Go ahead and introduce yourself, talk about where you're from, background, that type of stuff.
My name is Jaylen Smith. I am from Hayward, California. I play for Amador Valley High School. I currently play for Team Leader 60U. And that's it.
Awesome. Any other athletes in your family?
Yes, my dad used to play. Both my parents used to play basketball. Mom played at Monroe Catholic High School. She was a defensive award MVP. My dad was the same. Went to college, went to Chabot. So.
That's any other siblings that play basketball?
I'm the only child actually.
Only child.
Yep.
Okay. Did you play any other sports coming up?
Well, I used to want to play football, I wanted to play soccer, but I just figured basketball was the best thing and I loved it the most, so I just stick to basketball.
When did you really start to focus solely on basketball?
I'll say my 4th, 5th grade year when I figured, actually my whole life pretty much, but once 3rd, 4th grade, I started to have dreams of I want to play Division I basketball, play NBA, and so on.
Okay. For you, what type of, how are you trying to train or act like a pro at your age?
Just getting insights and watch college basketball as much as I can, NBA, able to watch practices, and so I'll try to translate that into my own and try to train with that mindset.
Yeah, any unique habits that you have to help you be the best you can be on the floor?
Yes, for sure. My ability to stay self-disciplined. I feel like I do a really good job building great habits. Waking up in the morning every day, 5 a.m. to go work out, go to school, and then go work out some more. So, and I feel like that translates really well to a game.
For sure. I mean, how does that give you more confidence, putting in the work like that?
Just knowing that I work hard for every moment that's there. I feel like say for instance, 2-minute crunch time. I work hard for those moments. So.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. For those who haven't seen your game, talk about your strengths, as a player. What do you do well on the court?
I say my strength, my ability to being able to handle the ball well. I'm on my game after Kyrie and Dame Lillard. Being able to shoot. I'm ability to play off the ball. I can catch and shoot. I can move out the ball, or I can dominate the ball and being able to be a point guard, lead the team. And then defensively, I feel like I set a really good high motor and communicate really well on the floor.
Yeah, for sure. What are some areas that you want to get better at before next high school season?
I'll say my ability to get more in the passing lane. I feel like my weakness is trying to get steals. I need to start averaging 1 to 2 steals a game. Being able to penetrate gaps and make everybody else better. That's the one thing I'm lacking a little bit. I have it there, but it's just something I need to work on even more. But I think that comes with just watching film.
Yeah,
Okay,
awesome. Which guys do you like to study on film?
I'll say I like to study on Dame Lillard, but I'll say for a point guard, I like to study on Rajon Rondo, and Chris Paul, being able to. They're really good at making everybody else better, and then by the time 4th quarter comes, then they start going,
Yeah, no. What are some underrated aspects of your game, you feel like?
I would say, that's a good question. I would say my on-ball ability to play defense. I feel like, and I think just showing my handle a little bit more, be a little more flashy, but I don't really need that in my game, just kind of play the right way every time, but there's times where I can kind of show what I really worked on,
Yeah.
So.
No, for sure, man. You definitely see that out on the court. Anytime you need to go get a bucket, you can go do that. And then you just play super tough defense as well. For you, what are some of your personal goals for next year?
My personal goals is really get to state. I want to get to state, win MVP, but I really want to win the league because I feel like, my freshman year, we were 1-8, and then sophomore year, 3-7. So, but we made an NCS appearance for within 20 years. So I want this year to really show that I can really lead a team and being able to win a championship, win the E-Ball League, win NCS, and go far in state, That's my personal goals.
For sure, man. You know, you guys, I mean, you're coming off the championship at Rock Hill, 16U, Team Lillard. Talk about your guys' run this summer and, you know, what that felt like to win the chip.
Well, man, it was an exciting moment for sure. But what I really like about like our team is that we're very composed. We're able to stay like we've been talking about winning championships since we first got together, like in April, you know. And so, but I know it came with like us loving each other, hang out, you know, stuff like that. But I would say like really our ability to stay composed through every adversity, and we were able to pull through every win.
Yeah, for sure. With you, like, talk about how you complement NJ Gray. You know, like, because you guys are pretty different in how you approach the game. He's real quick, fast, get to the hoop. But you guys play really well off of each other. How do you do that?
Well, actually, we played with each other 8th grade year and on the Made Hoop circuit, and we played really well off each other that time. So, and it feels good to reunite again once we got to 16U. And so we just feel like, you know, just shine together, you know. And so we just kind of drew that mindset of like nobody can really mess with us on the court, you know.
For sure.
And so we had the same mindset. We just play, have fun.
What's the latest in terms of interest and offers from colleges?
I personally hold 4 Division I offers from LMU, Weber State, Montana, and New Mexico. I had interests. I had St. Mary's hit me up, UCSD, and San Jose State. So those are schools that reached out to me.
Gotcha.
And UNLV. Yeah.
Any schools you'd love to hear from in the future?
Any high major D1 schools, SECs, ACCs. You know, just being able to play in the Power 5 conference.
Okay. Ideally, like, what are you looking for in a school of choice?
A place that I could trust the most and have a best relationship with the coach.
And for you as a teammate and stuff like that, like, how do you like to associate with your teammates off the floor, and like, what are some things like traits, personality traits and stuff that you bring to the team off the floor?
Just really getting to know each other, you know, just knowing our insights, you know, getting to know like what we share in common, like in insights of we're all trying to go Division I, you know, so we kind of talk about that in that instance.
Yeah,
I'll say.
Like getting to know your teammates personally and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Outside of basketball, any other like hobbies or interests that you have?
I'll say ride my scooter around. I'll sometimes read a book. I try to, you know. And just meditate, really. I just really be just chilling.
Okay.
You know.
How long have you been practicing meditation?
I'll say actually every day, but I'll do it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. How many years have you been doing that?
I'll say since my freshman year. Freshman year.
In what ways has that helped out?
It helps me to relax and approach the game like with a calm mindset, you know, that like nothing's going to like rattle me, you know.
What books have you been reading?
I've read this book called Mind Gym. It helps a lot with mentality wise. I read a Kobe Bryant book, so that helped a lot too.
Dame Lillard said to you guys, or like your parents have kind of like instilled in you over the years with different advice, or like what's like when you think about like a consistent message that you get from like your coaches or like from your parents or from anybody, like? Oh,
the main thing is just being the best version of myself. That's the main thing they always tell me every day, you know, and they always tell me like every game, everything I do, be a wolf or a sheep. My dad tells me that all the time.
Okay, yeah, I love that, man. If you had a hashtag to describe yourself, what hashtag comes to mind?
Discipline, ambition, and passion.
Okay, and why those ones?
I'll say like I'll say discipline because my ability to just I don't know. I'll just say really disciplined. That's it. I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you mentioned with your habits and stuff like that you build, that like, and you meditating and all that type of stuff takes discipline that translates to the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think those ones are all appropriate answers. And we'll wrap it with this, but like, ideally, like 5 or 6 years from now, like, where do you hope to be? Like, where do you see yourself?
I hope to be in Division I college basketball, and I hope to be in the league one day.
Thank you for the time, man.
Thank you.